we almost got a surprise guest today. He tried to do it. He tried to join us, but unfortunately, he is playing golf. Louis Orlando that told me to tell you hello, Kevin Carl.
Oh,
Believe it or
I
not,
haven't seen Lewis in years.
so I talked to him last night. We were just chatting about a bunch of things, and I know he's a Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like you. He's not like Eric, who can probably recite not only statistically what the Giants have done all these years, he could probably even given you their
Be
personal
wheezy.
measurements,
Yeah.
and their sexual proclivities. Lewis just has always been kind of a peripheral fan. He played baseball with all of us, so he likes baseball. He likes it when the Giants play well. He hates it when the Dodgers play well. And that's the difference between you and Lewis is even though I know you can't stand the Dodgers, you
Mm-hmm.
will still cheer for the Dodgers, knowing I love them at the end of the year when the Giants are already on vacation. So
Well, I can say this. I have a lot of friends that are Dodger fans, and 99% of them are cool people. And, I'd hang out with them anytime. And, I'm not going to knock them because of their bad choice in choosing baseball teams.
we've all made
This is going to be a fun podcast, man.
But I think that's why Eric and I are doing the
Yeah.
Batesball podcast because it's not really about the teams, it's not about the stats, it's none of that. It's so many of us became friends on the Jim David Diamond,
Yep.
and so many of us have remained friends because we share some commonality. We'll talk some sports. I'm not really a big football guy anymore because I'm pretty certain that Georgia Fonterieri killed Carol Rosenblum and moved the Rams to St. Louis, and I just couldn't support them.
Yeah.
But we all love our baseball. And then the other thing that's always nice in this is obviously Eric and I share a long historical bond.
Yeah.
I share a long historical bond with you, but Eric doesn't have that historical bond with you. He knows you, and you guys
Oh, I know.
probably
Yeah.
remember each other a bit.
Yeah.
But it's always fun for me to bring some friends together
Yeah. Yeah.
that have some commonality,
Yeah.
despite, again, the bad choice of cheering for a team that was so bad that I didn't even know they were in the league in the 70s. I will admit. So
Oh my-
I did love Willie McCovey.
Mm-hmm.
He replaced Montañez at first base, and yeah, I like Stretch.
1978.
Yeah, I like
1978.
Stretch.
Cool.
Bill
But
Madlock.
the
Wow.
thing he played third base. The thing we made fun of was Chris Spires played shortstop for the Giants for a lot of years, and I swear to God, I don't think that guy would have hit 300 in Fair Oaks Little League. I don't know what he was doing in the major leagues. He and Bill Russell were probably the worst athletes at shortstop in the entire league. It was pretty funny. So,
Mhm.
but Kevin, thank you for sharing this. I know that you and Eric will have a delightful conversation about
I remember
a little
Kevin
bit.
from lots of parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys should talk about that. And a little background on Kevin, Eric, so you know where his limitations are. He really is just a homer. He only started liking the Giants when they were winning. So you're not going to be able to.
That-
No,
no,
you're not
Here
gonna
we go.
now, that's not true at all. That's not true at all.
No, we talked a bit.
That's the devious laugh right there, Jim. That's
Yeah.
the Jim laugh right there.
No, I know he was.
To
I
be
know.
honest with you, I was looking for my Giants T-shirt, and because I was going to wear that, and I have no idea where it's at. Yeah, I think it's in my fifth wheel trailer, which is in storage because I normally wear it during the summertime, not the winter time, and I don't have a lot of sports gear or anything like that. But in honor of you, Jim, I did wear my Bigfoot shirt. So
Well, you see what I'm wearing.
yeah.
There you
Big-
go.
Bigfoot.
Nice.
We honestly didn't even talk to each other before the podcast about what we were wearing. Make sure we had our Bigfoot.
Do you know where this came from? Kevin Smith, if I'm not mistaken, he and Terry were in Texas in some like country store, and he saw this, bought it, called me, said, "Hey, what is your address? I need to send you something."
Yeah.
And so that's my Bigfoot shirt. So yes, we did not coordinate this morning. Donna
Yeah.
did not call me to tell me
Yeah.
that You were wearing a Bigfoot shirt. So, without further ado, Kevin Carl, a long 5-minute intro of nonsensical stuff.
Yes, the
You and
best.
Eric can talk about the very exciting prospects of this upcoming season for you guys to finish third or fourth in the division. And
Man.
no, but you know what I did see yesterday, and I thought it was pretty poor. I'm part of a Giants group, by the way.
Yeah,
Great dudes. I love reading all the stuff they write because they really know the Giants. I think the Giants have a pretty good chance this year, but
yeah,
the stat is 37% chance to make the playoffs. I think that's way too low because I really do think the front office can make a big difference. I think they got a good little nucleus that if they become the Toronto Blue Jays and totally gel, I think the team can be really competitive. I was really surprised by that. Now, I will say this, the Dodgers, 9%, so
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
a
yeah.
joke to make the playoffs. I found that to be pretty funny. And I
Well, when
think
you have a
second,
$15 billion payroll, that's kind of
Yeah.
expected.
well, I think the Dodgers have found a way to steal from the federal budget. And I think they opened up a bunch of Minnesota daycares.
Yeah,
And I think that's how they're paying for their lineup this year. Is
yeah.
that wrong?
I don't know. Well, I
But
can say this. Last year, I think the Giants surprised a lot of people with their start. 1 month into the season, they were in first place, and nobody expected that. And they just did not have the guns to go deep into the season. The bullpen was outstanding last season, in my opinion.
yeah,
For the most part, yeah.
Starting pitchers were kind of spotty, but they had their streaks and everything. And I think if the starting pitching is a little stronger this year, and we get Rafi Devers back into a groove again, and maybe a couple of the young stars coming up, it could be very interesting this year.
yeah, I don't disagree. I say it over and over. Nobody expected Toronto to be what they were last year.
No,
I mean, I thought like mid through, I was like, I noticed them. I go, God, they're playing some good baseball. But
hmm
at the end of the year, I still think they were the best team in baseball. I think they should have beaten Los Angeles. I think that outside of a couple of bad pitches, a couple of bad decisions, a couple of bad bounces, they win the series. And that's why I love baseball. And that's why it's fun to start talking about it now because right now everybody's tied.
hmm yeah,
Do I think the Dodgers are a lock to make the playoffs? Pretty much, just because depth wins
hmm
in August and September. That's teams get tired, they wear out. The Giants
hmm
didn't have enough depth last year,
yep,
and you never know coming out of spring training who's going to be that dude or dudes or nucleus that just gel together.
hmm
And I think catchers make a big difference the way they handle, the pitchers and all that. Eric knows that better than anybody. So
yeah.
you guys talk about the Giants, and I'm going to sit here and think about going to the third parade in a row.
How long have you been a Giants fan?
I mean, since there were transistor radios. I mean, I used to that's what I used to do was, I'd turn on the radio and I'd tune in KNBR and I'd listen to the games. And I mean, even if I wasn't, just listening to the game, I was doing something else, piddling around, taking apart my bike and putting it back together, or whatever you do as a kid, that radio was always on if the game was on. And so, I mean, I actually have been a fan, for a long time.
Since the
And
70s, maybe?
I
or something?
did, honestly, I did become even a huger fan, when they won the 3 World Series. We meaning my wife and I, will turn on a game, every night of the season and watch it when they're playing good. And I'll admit, sometimes when they're not playing good, I might not watch it. But my wife is a gamer babe, if you know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gamer Babe from
Wait,
Half Moon
what's a
Bay.
gamer bag?
A gamer babe? Okay,
Yeah.
well, Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper that do the radio. That's what they call the ladies in the stadium that they'll take a shot of and everything are gamer babes. Yeah. So
Yep. The faithful female fans.
that's right. Yeah.
Kruko calls them Gamer Babes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
It's fun.
I thought a lot
Kruko's
of other people
hilarious.
would have heard that.
Yeah. I mean, Kruk and Kuip are awesome.
They
Every
are.
time I listen to somebody else, I think, oh man, I wish Kruk and Kuip were doing this game. And
Yeah.
occasionally they'll put them on ESPN and it's just so loud and busy.
Yeah. That's just
Oh, man,
horrible.
can't deal.
Just horrible.
Okay, so who's your favorite player now on the
My
team?
favorite player now, would definitely have to be Logan Webb.
Okay, from
I mean,
Rockland,
local
yeah,
guy from Rockland.
right.
You know, I know a few people who know the family and everything. And I mean, it's like just having kids through high school when he was going through high school, and everything else. You know, my son-in-law played was big into baseball in high school and everything. And I can't say I ever saw Logan and everything, but it was about that time. So yeah, no, just being a local kid coming up and being a star. I mean, he's definitely my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I was helping a kid at that same time that Logan Webb was playing high school ball. His name is Mitch Hart, and he actually was better than Logan Webb, but he got hurt.
Yeah,
He
really.
went to USC, he got hurt, and that was, he tore his labrum, and then, Logan Webb just kept going up the ladder, but Mitch was done. But Mitch was far and away, he was better than Logan Webb, which is
Yeah,
amazing considering how great Webb has been in the major leagues. So,
yeah, yeah.
what is your favorite memory of the Giants?
Oh, I'd say, I mean, I have a lot of them, but one that I'll actually go back and search up the YouTube video was, and now all of a sudden his name is it's the home or the game-winning
Was it
homer.
when Max Muncy hit the home run off of Baumgartner and told him to go get it out of the bay?
No,
Get it out of the lake, yeah, get it out of the bay.
Yeah.
God,
All right. Sorry.
no, this is guy. Yeah, I mean, it's like I want.
My goodness.
That's see. No, I mean, I have a lot of them,
Yeah.
but God, it was
Yeah,
Travis.
oh, Ishikawa. Okay.
Ishikawa.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, beat the Cardinals, right?
Yeah,
Beat
exactly,
Waka
yeah.
on the
Yep,
walk-off home run. That was
yeah.
awesome in
That
the
was the
rain,
NLCS, if I remember
right?
correctly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, lit, huh?
What year was that?
Yeah, that was one of the
2014, I think.
yeah, it was one
Yeah.
of the, World Series, years.
Yeah, and the guy who was on the mound was throwing 98 miles an hour,
Yeah,
Waka,
uh-huh, yep.
and it just
No, and then the other one would have to be Bumgardner coming in to close the game,
yeah,
game
against the
7,
Royals in
World Series,
2014. Same.
definitely, you know?
That was amazing. That was an
Yeah, it
amazing game.
was, yeah.
That was like what's his name what the Dodgers did last year.
Yeah,
Similar. I mean, the ERAs were the same, and
yeah,
And there's some similarities because I never looked at Baumgartner as like the guy who had the best stuff. I always thought Lincecum
oh
was
yeah,
the most magical pitcher
well, yeah,
I had seen because it just looked like the ball was going over the place. It just looked like Baumgartner was the most ferocious competitor. He had zero fear. He
mhm,
wanted the ball. And it's hard to find those guys. It's like there used to be a joke. What's the definition of a true competitor? A dude that finishes first, second, third in a masturbating contest. Absolutely ferocious
yeah,
competitor. And even though I'll make the joke about Muncie, that's what made Baumgartner so awesome is because he feared no one. Even when the ball gets deposited in the bay, he forgets about it and he's ready to just make
yeah,
the nets down. That's it.
yeah, yep,
yeah. He was definitely a will to win kind of a player.
yep,
But the
he
guy
was.
that got me as a Giants fan was Lincecum when he came up in 2000. All of a sudden, it was like, man, this guy's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
it just made me want to watch games all the time. And then every time he pitched, it was, Lincecum Day, and it was just like it was an event.
yeah, yeah,
So let's
Yeah,
see.
his stuff was I mean, I don't I watched him a lot and had a lot of respect for him. He seemed like he was pretty small. What was he was like about 5'10", 5'11", under 6 foot, right? And
yeah,
about
160
150.
pounds.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah, he's about a buck 50.
jeez.
And
Throwing
it looked like
98
the
to
arm
100 miles an hour.
yeah, and the
Yeah,
With it.
arm was coming from all different
Yeah.
directions. He had a lot of pitches, all that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, his dad worked for Boeing, and so he designed this motion that used all kinds of levers to try to get the most leverage out of 5'10". His stride was 7 feet long.
yeah, uh-huh.
And he's only
Well,
Do you
five
think
foot
he
and
ten.
how far back he got the ball, before bringing it up and over. I
Right?
mean, it's just like it
Yeah,
was crazy.
do you think he burned
amazing.
out early because he was so slight?
Well,
Because
and
he had to work so hard. Do you think that's why his career kind
he
of
was
ended
pushing the
when it felt
envelope on
abruptly?
what the human body can do. At
Mhm.
5'10", you're taking a 7-foot stride. How much pressure are you putting on your hips and not just your arm, but it wasn't his arm that gave out. It was his hips that gave out because he was taking this humongous stride.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, Hunter Pence says the nastiest guy he's ever seen by far is Tim
Mhm.
Lincecum. I mean, balls would just do all kinds of weird stuff. Buster Posey, same thing. The hardest guy to catch was Tim
Mhm.
Lincecum.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so how far did you play? I was trying to figure out, did you play in high school?
Okay,
Is there a story behind that?
there's a story behind it. Yeah, there is. I went out for freshman baseball and, I'd played football my freshman year for the first time ever. I'd never played tackle football or anything. And then the one sport I was really looking forward to was baseball. Steve Wessner was I'm sorry. No, it was,
Barney, right?
no, it was,
Oh, Enos.
no, it
Was it
wasn't.
Coach
Enos
Enos?
was the varsity coach still at the time. It was Steve Wessner was one of the coaches on on the football team. It was oh god, a guy came from Mesa Verde.
I thought that was Barney.
Barney,
Was it?
yeah, Ron Barney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ron Barney. And I thought I did pretty well, when I went out for the team and everything, but no, I got cut. And so that was the end of my baseball career.
Didn't try to come back out the next year.
No, I didn't. No, it was I loved playing baseball and I styled, how I played. I wasn't always the best guy out there, but I tried to be Pete Rose and be Mr. Hustle and
Okay,
just, try harder than everybody else.
Mhm.
And I thought I did my freshman year, going out for the team. But when you go into the locker room and the list is up and you look at it and you're not on there, and
Yeah.
I mean, it was a major disappointment. But no, I just moved on. That was the last baseball I played.
But you've stayed a fan ever
Yeah.
since, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Just because you love the game.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
And
No,
your
I mean,
dad
it
was
was,
a base.
yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. My dad was a coach, coached you, Jim,
That's
and
correct.
you reminded me of that. I didn't remember that was where we met until we were talking a few weeks back. But
No, your dad was he was the antithesis of Bob Bates. Your dad your
yeah,
dad was so mellow.
he was not intense at all.
Now,
Boy, wow.
yeah, he I think he wanted to win. I sense some competitiveness, but I think he just wanted everybody to try their hardest and be those guys that go out and say
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Yeah.
After the game was over, and
Well,
Bob instead was chastising Eric in the parking lot and saying, "Why didn't you go 5 for 5?"
Oh, wait. You
Yeah.
got to go
Kidding.
back. Got to go back. So it's on the way. So it's before we get in the car to go to the game. It's on the way to the game. It's the entire game. And then it's back in the car on the way home. And then
mhm.
it's back in the home. And then that would go on for days, if not weeks, if we lost. Right?
Yeah.
Or at least until the next game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite
Yeah,
an experience.
Well, and
The only guy who was more intense.
the
Go
other
ahead.
coach of the team was Marv Hinkle,
I
Yeah,
was just gonna
Marvin.
say,
who was just like my dad. I
yeah.
mean, they were going to yell
Super
at
nice
anybody.
guy.
No, he was so mellow.
Yeah.
Because wait a second, that was senior league. It
That
dawns
was,
on me
yeah.
because I played for the Cardinals when I was 13. Marv drafted me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I actually did have to go to tryouts for senior league. I
Yeah.
remember this,
Yeah.
and oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I just remembered on ground balls, I fielded one between my legs
Mm-hmm.
and flipped it up and threw it over. And Marv said, "Jim, I look forward to you being a Cardinal because the Cardinals were the first pick in the draft."
Yeah.
How stupid is that? Why did he pick
was-
me first?
It was the
There were so many
entertainment
guys-
factor, Jim. It was
Yeah,
all
but there
about
were so many-
entertainment.
Dude, he picked me over Fondersmith and DeLeo and guys like that.
Yeah.
How
Uh-huh.
dumb was he?
He wanted to show. He wanted a
I was
show
like
out
a
there.
circus juggler.
Exactly.
I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
I saw that you played football all the way through high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I remember that. I was trying to figure out if you played baseball, but I remember kind of from Little League or maybe around that same time. But then the same thing as Carl last week. I mean, or 2 weeks ago. Same thing, same experience where he got cut, and then that was it. He never tried out again. It was
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
Shit.
you know
You know
the
what?
thing,
Next
yeah,
week we got to get somebody on the team, somebody on this that actually made the team.
yeah. You guys got to pick better.
Well, I just, for
I
me, I
just
just
no,
enjoy the
you know,
passion that people
and
have for the teams.
I probably would have stuck with it, but I mean, not that I had a great job, but I was working at McDonald's, and I mean, I was into my hot rods and everything, and I'd work during the summertime on a farm, my aunt and uncle's farm, and so I always had other things that kept me away from it, and I
Yeah,
just wanted to work, and
yeah, yeah.
I just thought that, there were so many guys that were so much better than me that I could have gotten back into it. I could have put a lot of work into it. And I probably could have made this, the team and made the varsity team, but the heart wasn't there. My mind and my heart were into different things.
Yeah, and once you get a couple dollars in your pocket, then that kind
Yeah,
of makes
exactly.
you
Yeah.
go a different direction.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wish I would have, but
I just find it
just,
interesting when people have a passion for the game, but then there was an event that happened and then they kind of just, that was it.
yeah.
I'm very curious how, if you can remember, like, how did you, with you, it seems like it makes sense where you had a job and you're making a couple dollars here and there and you're into cars and stuff. Even though that happened, you still are a great fan all these years later. That says a lot, I think.
Well, yeah. I think a lot of it comes from when I was younger was fear of failure. I feel like I had failed,
That would be me.
and I didn't take it on head on. And I learned later in life that you can't fear failure. That failure actually is what leads to success. And it took me a while to learn that.
Well,
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. The guy had some struggles,
Mm-hmm.
and then through fierce determination, baseball. Eric was talking about the kid that probably was a little bit better than Logan Webb, and a
Yeah.
couple of things went the
Yeah.
wrong way, and
Uh
some
huh.
things went the right way for Logan Webb. In baseball, there's
That's the
endless
difference.
stories of
Yeah.
people that, it took them forever to make it, and
Yeah.
then they finally made it. Like, look at Steve Garvey. He
Mm-hmm.
really struggled. And then once he started impregnating women outside of his marriage, the guy
Jesus.
became a bona fide all-star.
Well, you gotta pay for those mistakes. So,
Oh my goodness. All right, so here's my last question.
all right.
What's your favorite song associated with the Giants?
Well, I mean, it would have to be the Grateful Dead, and I can name about 10 of them. I mean, honestly, and I'm not really good at remembering names of songs, but no, I have a lot of good friends that are Grateful Dead fans. As a matter of fact, my work husband, I call him, he owns a company and I own a company, but we work together all the time. He was a big Grateful Dead fan, and I mean, he could name them off,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Well, this will make you laugh, Jim. Tim Lincecum on Lincecum Day, his warm-up song was Immigrant Song.
Was it
That,
really?
you know what? That's a really good fit for him, because think about how it opens up.
Yeah, right.
And so it's kind of like Edwin and his whole thing. The whole idea is you want to fire people up,
Yeah.
get them ready. And
And
I can
just
imagine,
thinking about it gets me fired up. Like every time Lincecum would pitch, I mean, and they would play it from the beginning. Like once it became a thing, then on the broadcast, they would make sure they got the song into him warming up. And it was awesome.
Well, hey, Eric, yeah, I can tell you the song that I liked the least,
Okay. All
and it
right.
was "Don't Stop Believing." That
You
actually
mean the
drove me
one
nuts.
where
I remember when
one
Steve
where he's
Perry
singing
was
in the stands?
well, yeah, he was out in the stands and he's running down the stairs, and I was like, "Steve, go sit down. You're a great singer, but go sit down." At least they didn't do "We Built This City" by Starship.
That was funny, man.
now, Kevin, you live up in Nevada County, right? How do you like living up there? It was funny when you brought up the Grateful Dead. I saw him one time, saw him at the Nevada County Fairgrounds.
Oh, no way.
And I was pretty young at the time. I was in high school,
Yeah,
and I went into the bathroom, and there was a dude tripping on drugs because his eyes were going every which direction, and
yeah.
he was so into the music, he was dancing around, spun around, and he peed on my
Like you,
teeth.
Jim.
Sort of, yeah. But
He's probably on our board of supervisors now up here.
it makes some good sense.
Oh,
The
goodness.
question, I have two questions I want to ask, because the cool thing about doing this stuff is you learn something about a friend that you didn't know.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
where was the farm and what did you do out on the farm when you were out there?
Well, the farm was up in Silverton, Oregon, and it was my aunt and uncle's farm, and they grew grass seed, and it was a pretty large operation. And I ran a combine for the most part, which is actually what picks up the seed and the stalk and separates it to seed, and I also ran a tractor called a Steiger, which was a very large articulated tractor with about a ton of horsepower. That was the funnest thing for a 13-year-old to drive. I learned to drive stick on a big rig, hauling seed back from the field at the end of the day back to the seed cleaner, and it was just a lot of fun stuff. I mean, my aunt and uncle lived in an old farmhouse built back in that old late 1800s, and but I actually lived with my grandpa, who had retired, and he put a double wide mobile home onto one of the pieces of property. It had a beautiful view of the whole Willamette Valley, and it was really neat to be able to live with my grandpa, for a month and a half, 2 months at a time out of the year, and just really get to know him. I mean, a lot of kids don't get that chance in their life
That
to do that.
is that
Especially
is
as
Yeah,
old
so
as ours.
cool. And
and
it
and it
probably and
I
it probably
still
ties.
I
Go ahead.
still have I still have friends that I worked with on the farm. We'd be, I'd be up there for a couple months, and we worked a lot. I mean, you worked from sunrise to sunset, and Sundays was the only day you might, knock off early when it was harvest time. But I made a lot of friends up there, and I still talk to them all the time, just like you and I talk. So it was a great experience in life.
And then here's my final question. You and I have been friends a long time, and we've been through a lot. And I see how emotional you get when you talk about your family. You with Donna, great partnership. I love talking to you guys when you're together. I see how proud you are of your kids and watching them grow. And now you're a grandpa. So when you think of baseball and you think about your family, do you have any moments that really choke you up when something happens on the baseball field and it reminds you of your childhood growing up in Fair Oaks?
Yeah, well, I'm a pretty emotional guy. I mean, just to give you an idea, the hockey team won the gold today. I forgot that was what time that was on this morning. Actually, I hadn't checked what time it was on. And so I get up in the morning and I go down the rabbit hole on Twitter about, some guy getting shot at Mar-a-Lago and everything. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, the hockey game's on. And so I look it up real quick, and it's like, well, it's in overtime. So I turn on the TV, and I turn it on a minute before the winning goal. And of course, all excited and everything. Next thing you know, I'm, got a tear coming out my eye because, USA, USA. But when it comes to my grandkids, same thing. A couple years back, my oldest grandson, all my grandsons, my oldest ones that live here, play for Penn Valley Little League and very involved. They also do travel ball during the fall, and so they're very involved in it. And I'll never forget my oldest grandson. They were playing. It was the TOC at the baseball field in Newcastle, which apparently is the oldest Little League baseball field in California.
Hmm.
And they ended up winning the game. And I mean, I was just overcome with, and the other, I mean, it's like yesterday, I told you we went down to Yuba City with my other grandson, one of my other grandsons, Ryder, and we went and bought him some cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and a sterling silver necklace and stuff he wanted. But, he's a catcher. And I watched this kid play catch. He's 9 years old, and I call him my little Buster Posey because I think he is just, I mean, he is just so focused. He's got two older brothers, so he's got to look bigger. He's got to look better. He works harder, and I mean, he's amazing. But, all my kids just watching him play. I mean, I love it. You get out there, the field's a mile from our house,
Oh,
and,
wow.
when summertime rolls
Super cool.
around or, springtime, it's nice and warm. There's nothing better than going watching a Little League game and watching Such play.
And that's what this show is really all about, because think
Yeah.
about how it started, even though it didn't make the blooper reel, is the fact that you and Mike Stout played Little League together.
Yeah.
And being you didn't remember what team it was, but you
Yeah.
knew you played together because we
Yeah.
had talked about it. And that's what's bonded all of us, me playing baseball with you, meeting Eric, playing with Eric. And that's what baseball is. It's a total
Yeah.
bonding
Yeah.
experience. And that's the best way to finish up the show, is a great memory,
Yeah.
watching your grandchild win a baseball game. And by the
Yeah.
way, I remember that day and you answered correctly. So you get 500 bonus points.
Well, thank you, Alex.
Well, it's
So
great to see you, Kevin. It's been a
Yeah,
long
you
time,
too,
man.
Eric. Yeah.
Jeez.
You know, I'll have
Unbelievable.
to say, I mean, I watched your when Jim interviewed you on the other podcast, and it was amazing to hear. You know, you sounds like you had an amazing baseball career.
A lot
Made
of
it
good
very
stories.
far.
Yep.
And no, I mean, it's really fun to see. It really is.
Well, it's just fun for me because I haven't seen people like you in, 40 plus years. I mean,
I know.
it's unbelievable, So it's like we're just sitting here, like we've been talking about, we're just sitting here chit-chatting as if no time went by. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's 43 years ago.
I know.
Holy moly, man.
Crazy.
And just like that, 35 minutes went by and we were only supposed to go 30 minutes. So
All right.
not really
That's all
something
we
we
get.
experienced in high school, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, beautiful Sunday.
Yep.
Wait,
Happy Sunday.
it's 75 degrees here, by the way. So
I feel
You
bad
guys-
for you, Jim.
I know. You guys have a beautiful Sunday. Kevin, thank you for sharing
You
the
bet.
experience
Thank you,
with
Kevin.
us.
You bet. Thanks for
Eric-
having me on.
Eric, thank you for guiding the ship, because if I was driving it, I would have taken it up onto the rocks. So happy Sunday.
All right. Good seeing all
Happy
you.
Sunday.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.